and gentlemen, we are in ring B for bout number 209. Your winner by unanimous decision and boxing out of the red corner, representing Spain, it's Rafael Lozano Serrano.
So on we go in the 55 kilo category. This pits the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia against the boxing refugee team, Omid Ahmadisafa. And it is Almuwallad in red from Saudi Arabia, and the opposing caller Ahmadisafa, originally from Iran, based in Germany, and here now on the biggest of stages. Got a bye from the previous round, as did his Saudi opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, ring B, around about 210 is a men's 55 kilo round of 30.
It was a good start from Ahmadisafa there, wasn't it? I mean, he managed to push his opponent back and get a couple of early decent shots in, so I'll give him confidence as well.
Judge 5, Turkey. Your referee representing Indonesia, Arisa Putra.
Just trying to get the big shots in there. He's going fairly heavy early on.
Stayed fairly relaxed though, the Saudi boxer, even under that immense pressure with somebody sort of coming at him in such an aggressive manner. His arms sort of flailing and loading up, he still stayed relatively composed.
It's another of those stories that you mentioned though before, Stacey, that boxing does throw up. I mean, he's only 23 but seeking asylum in Germany 4 years ago. Was in a kickboxer then.
Ladies and gentlemen, entering the blue corner, representing Scotland, is Andrew Cullen.
Oh, good overhand right from Ahmadisafa.
It was really nice movement, good head movement and a switch of the feet just to create an opening to launch that left. And he does have an unorthodox way sometimes of launching attacks. He almost comes off his feet, which is the opposite to what they teach you, but it's worked for him so far.
As long as he doesn't kick him, from the kickboxing background, of course. But he's a very skilled operator now as a boxer, Paris Olympian, no less, knows what he's doing, and he's got plenty of power. As I'm sure Almuwallad has already felt. He's the bigger, stronger man in there, you feel. Does kind of lunge forward a little bit with the jab sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's quite an unorthodox style in a sense, isn't it? He's kind of usually you either edge in or just sort of take a really quick step in, but he like you say, kind of launches. It's
a Superman punch.
Yeah, he almost doesn't have his feet beneath him at times. Both getting confused there. And this is what happens for people watching. We've got two rings underway at the same time, and sometimes they're both finishing at completely different times, so there might be a minute apart. So as a boxer, you'll know that's not your hooter or bell, because obviously one ring's using the hooter and one the bell, but because we've had a stoppage in this ring, it's brought the timings a lot closer together, so it's difficult for them to tell, and it confused everybody, that one.
Well, it's a decent round of action though. I think you've got to say the front footwork and all the power shots were coming from the man in blue.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like he was, by far the dominant boxer in that first round. That's reflected in the judges' scorecards there, and that's absolutely fair. It was a good round from the man representing the boxing refugee team, which, as you rightly say, it's a fantastic thing that exists at the Olympics and all different levels of sport, to provide an opportunity for displaced people to perform at the elite level. And if the talent is there, the opportunity should be as well.
And he's going about his work very well.
He's a neat and tidy boxer, the Saudi. Almuwallad is, he's technically sound. I think he's not got quite the same physical development that Ahmadisafa has. And there'll be time for that. That'll come with time. But he hasn't panicked when he's been under pressure. That's what's been impressive. And he's still trying to pick his shots. He's not just in there to survive under these raids. He's looking for ways that he can counter. So I think there's loads of positives to take from his first round, and he started this one well as well.
Well, just 20 years of age, as you say, loads of time for him to come on and progress. And yeah, there's a lot to like about him. I think he just doesn't have the power to put a bit of respect on for Ahmadisafa, if you like. He's just too strong. He's not worried about what's coming back as such, and he's quite happy to.
Yeah, he's not able to offer a deterrent really. He's prodding and probing and finding a way through with some of these shots with his skills, but as you say, doesn't quite have the power to keep him off. And everyone develops at different times, but he is only 20 years old, which is it's really early in his physical development.
You have to say though, it is still a very dominant performance from the man in blue, having it pretty much his own way. Good right hands.
He's a nightmare opponent in a lot of ways, Ahmadisafa, because he does do things in an unorthodox manner, because he does launch into attacks, because he sort of changes the angles on the way in. So he's a bit of a tricky one to read, let's say. Like that there, just suddenly flying in, bringing his feet off the floor and flinging in a lead hand. And it, as unorthodox as it might look, it's effective at times and difficult to defend against and predict.
And he has been caught on the way in as well, but he's just not bothered particularly. He's quite happy to take a couple to land the big shots that he is doing. He's trying everything really. Almuwallad, he's trying to mix up the shots as well. He's still sticking in there and should be admired for his work. It's just being a bit overpowered.
I think there's lots of positives for Almuwallad personally. Like I say, that he hasn't. There's a real problem with the difference in knowing whether you're in the hooter or the bell. I mean, when you're in the thick of it and the thick of the action, you don't want to punch when you shouldn't because your signal's gone, but also you might want to just delay this by 30 seconds sometimes, because you don't know if it's your clacker or the other ring's clacker, and then whether it's your bell or the hooter. But yeah, I've been really impressed with him because, like I say, he's not panicked. He's still looking for shots, and look at that little layback and coming back with 2 shots. That's great stuff. And as I say, he is in with a really unusual style here. Difficult to defend against and read and predict and all of that. So yeah, I think there's been a lot to like about his performance.
No doubt though that all the judges quite rightly see it all in favour of the man from the refugee team, who has been impressive. And hopefully both men now are in tune with the bell rather than the hooter. And no confusion at the end of the round. And again, that big right hand of Ahmadisafa, it's been his favoured shot. He just doubles it up there as well. He's not worried about the jab at times.
He doesn't really use his jab. I mean, it's not like he uses it to set up. He doesn't use it as a rangefinder. It's just all out attack or nothing. It's a really interesting approach. He just waits and then throws everything but the kitchen sink at his opponent. Wouldn't be out of place on Riverdance, would he? Oh, that's a lovely backhand there, though. And this is the thing, while somebody's doing all this movement, provided it's with purpose, and that's what Ahmadisafa is doing. It's not just, it's not pointless. There is a point to it. It serves him well. He finds the gaps and lands the shots.
Good chopping right again from the man in blue.
Massive learning experience again, though, for the Saudi boxer and the entire Saudi team here. Of course, it's fairly revolutionary stuff for the women to be competing here, but for the men, it's in the brand new stages for the Saudi national team, and it's an exciting time because these are the pioneers in a way that the other generations are going to follow, and just the learning and the experience so invaluable at this tournament and the others that they've been going to.
Well, there's a huge amount of investment in the sport, obviously, in Saudi.
And most people will think of the Riyadh season and the big, the massive events with all the top professional boxers in the world. But if anyone that's been over there to work those shows, as I have, can see that there is a slip there. I think they caught the feet, didn't they? But he did land a shot at the same time. But anyway, yeah, they are putting lots of money into the grassroots level and trying to bring generations through. So there is that commitment, and this is the beginning of it. Trying to break into the elite level.
Well, this man in red, the 20-year-old Almuwallad, he's done really well. Inexperienced, this kind of level against a seasoned campaigner. Really, he's only young himself, but he's been around. And he's never stopped trying to get his shots off as well. He's taken some heavy artillery from Ahmadisafa. And this time both men know it's the end of the round. So he looks disappointed, but he should be very proud of his efforts, the man from Saudi. Ahmadisafa will march on into the next round. It'll be interesting, that style of his as he progresses through the rounds. Again, can cause anyone problems. That sometimes you get the feeling he's not sure what he's going to do. How will the other fella? And that could have been a standing count with that chop in hand. He was off balance, Almuwallad, but it was a decent shot. Let's get the result now with our MC Scott Denham.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ring 194, and your winner by unanimous decision in boxing out of the blue corner, representing the boxing refugee team, is Omid Ahmadisafa.
So Ahmadisafa into the last 16, where he will face Junior Alcantara Reyes, who we've already seen. That will be one to look forward to, a real clash of styles. And on we go with the action here in Liverpool, as the man now based in Germany has a little dance.